Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Last Epoch dev stream that has no technical difficulties whatsoever and everything runs smoothly. And today we have a special guest for you. We've got Corey coming in and joining me on stream today. Hello! Welcome, everybody. Corey, let's just start off. Let me get you to introduce yourself. Tell me a bit about who you are, what you do, all that sort of good stuff.
Yeah. So I am the senior artist at EHG in our marketing department. So I help create or art direct all of the assets that we put out, from roadmap graphics to social media imagery to our trailers. I get to wear a lot of hats and get a piece of all that action.
Awesome.
I also do some stuff for in-game, but more and more my responsibilities take me into the external communications realm.
Awesome. Well, that sounds great. So if you have any questions, if anyone here has any questions today that are maybe related to things Corey does, this would be a fantastic time to ask those questions. And I'm just adjusting things slightly on the fly because everything was crumbling about 30 seconds ago. Cool. We're gonna play a little online together as well. So Corey, I do not believe we are actually friends in game.
No, I don't think we are here.
Mine's just EHG_Mike. What's yours?
EHG_Draco. I will send you a invite here.
There we go. Perfect.
Awesome. I'll come to
Easy.
Oh, you're here.
We may have just like portaled to each other at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, you are a just miasma of colors and textures today.
Yeah, I'm a sparkly boy. It's great.
I love it. My frost mage here is very much, trying to have a central theme.
Yeah, it's appropriate and
I got the ice owl and everything.
Seems well thought out. Mine is just like colors.
I designed this guy to play. One of my friends plays a fire marksman.
Nice.
And so we are fire and ice. It's a fun visual combo.
Well, it will be a raptor and ice.
Perfect.
There's something in there with the Ice Age. I don't know. For everyone who's joining us today, we do stream for charity. Our charity is above our head. We do. Thank you very much, Spike. It's 21 months. That is a big chain. Can't wait. Coming up. If you do have a question for us, please put at Last Epoch Game in the question so we know to read that as a question directed at us. And we're just gonna hop right into some monolith stuff, I think.
Let's do it.
This is an old character I played some streams ago, so I'm like halfway through the monoliths. Another sub.
Very far in this guy.
I'm never gonna be able to pronounce this correctly. The Hippie Viking. It's just the Hippie Viking. Okay, it's a lot easier to read sometimes. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. The capital. Okay, so when it does it in the there's a feed thing, it puts everything lowercase, and it's so hard to read. Then I see it in chat, and it's so easy to read.
Just gotta do a German translation. It's a hippie.
The XTHE, I don't know, I thought it was all part of an actual word. Alright, I'm in one. I don't know if it's a good one or not, but let's go.
Find out. Do ya?
I should probably summon my my pet that does stuff.
It'll be interesting to see how this guy works with your very fast, chaotic build. Because like I say, I built him to be specifically a good counterpart to my friend's marksman. Build a wall, and then we both stand behind the wall and just rain.
Oh yes, I'm more jump over the wall.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We'll make it work.
Oh, we should turn those notifications off. Pause notifications. Custom. Oh my god, don't die.
Kevin.
Yeah, I died.
Oh my gosh.
I may have been trying to turn my notifications off instead of actually fighting.
Well, don't say that. Now when I die, I will have no excuse. Oh. And there it goes.
Well, at least I'm in, so it's still going.
Yeah, this
Okay,
guy
I'm paying attention now. I'm paying attention now.
This guy is really just built for CC.
Oh, I'm supposed to bring someone good to this? Uh-oh.
That's okay, your Dynon will do the work.
Okay, let's see if we got some questions here for us. We're not just gonna brainlessly throw ourselves at a wall. Will there be a bigger push with the marketing for the next season compared to last? More trailers, more publications, etc.
Good question. A little bit bigger, yes. We have a very small, scrappy team. I'm sure anyone who listens to the stream, watches the stream, knows that EHG is pretty small, and we all wear a lot of hats. So we have a lot of folks that put in a lot of hours to try to match the kind of marketing efforts that you might see from competitors that have literally 10 times the size of our marketing team.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, we're with every release we are able to do more and more, and that trend continues for sure.
Nice. Fire tornado gloves. Don't hit that.
We can portal back, but
Yeah.
I'm never in too big of a hurry to leave a mono. Like, there's still more to do.
There's gonna be even more to do soon.
For sure.
I mean, we technically lost this one anyway, so we should probably go back and start one that we can actually win.
All right. I'm out.
Yeah. Let's go out.
Is
This
that Divinity's Fist that you're using? The offhand?
the MTX.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one. So one of the hats that I get to wear is also part of the MTX naming team. And Divinity's Fist is a reference. That's one of my names. It's a reference to WoW Paladin Hammer, Varigan's Fist.
Ah.
Which in the pre-mount days you had to run a lot in that game, and one of my friends I didn't know in real life but knew in the game, he helped me run all over Azeroth to get my Paladin Hammer, Varigan's Fist.
Nice. Some of those quests were it's cool to look back at, but you're like, it would never survive these days.
Yeah, it was like just it was multiple continents, and it was just a huge, and it was just mostly on foot, like, right? It was like a level 30 quest or something. There we go.
You can start yours if you want.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Single point's not too bad.
Got a little bit of damage. Don't remember at all. This character's so old. I'm like, I don't know what I was planning on doing with it. We are definitely doing aspect shenanigans in here though, so I'm thinking aspect duration is good regardless. But this one's always wonderful.
All right, all that single point is you, because It's taken me a long time to kill.
That moment when you get separated a little bit and you realize you're not doing much damage.
Yeah, like, oh, that's right. It's funny whenever, again, when I play this with my friend on his fire marksman, it's that exact same thing happens. Don't die, because then I just have to sit here and put them on ice until you get back.
I'll do my best. I think we go the other way. All right, more questions here as well. We got to keep on top of these. I don't think it's possible to inspect other players in the game. Will it be possible in the future? Maybe. There are some things we've been doing that will kind of make that sort of thing possible. Right now, it doesn't actually load much information about the other players that are around you at all. It kind of loads your, like the local client loads the visuals that it's supposed to show, and that's kind of about it. So it doesn't really even know what your maximum health is. It just knows how full it is. Like, it really doesn't have much information about your character, other people's characters. So right now we can't. It's not something we can just like turn on. We'd have to change what information is being synced, which isn't a terrible thing to do. That information gets changed frequently. But we just have to be careful, because every time we add something to that list, it does, it increases the amount of network data that's being transferred, and its performance hits and all that sort of stuff. So it's. I don't know if we're going to add it or not. The short version. Let's see the next question. So what's the deal today? I missed the intro. Sorry guys. Hi Mike and Draco. This is Corey. I should put a name up. Say hi, Corey.
Hello.
What are you guys up to today? Are you going to reveal something cool? We're not. There's nothing special in particular that we're going to be revealing today. There's like a couple like little art teasers to share. But, just bringing people on so you can see other people that are working on Last Epoch. We want to try and rotate more people into being guests on the show.
And so we can show off our cool Zelda shields.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we both have the Zelda shields.
That was one of my like big three nerdy props I've wanted my whole life.
Yeah.
Lightsaber, which I made.
Nice.
And I keep right here. It's a flashlight and pepper grinder and a bunch of garbage.
Okay, yeah, so you like literally just found stuff that you're like, that could make a cool lights. Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Love it.
I've got a Ghostbusters proton pack on the wall out of frame here. And then the Hylian shield. Those are like the three things I always wanted. I wouldn't say I've completed my nerdy collection, because of course there's always more things to collect.
I think we're actually done, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite collectibles?
I mean, my shield is kind of chief among those. I do have the Master Sword as well. Nice. That I would kind of clump those together. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, those stand apart for me for sure. I have Geralt's steel sword, which I quite like as well. But yeah, the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield are definitely the big two.
I have a Master Sword as well, but it is a kid-sized plastic one that my son uses as a toy. It is not a quote-unquote serious collectible or adult toy.
Yeah. So the frustrating thing about this one is that like it is accurate, and then it's the moment you learn, oh my god, this is the most uncomfortable sword of all time to hold.
Yeah.
Like this is just terrible.
Yeah. I have a couple of real metal swords, but with a 1.5-year-old in the house, they have gone into hiding.
Yeah.
She is chaos embodied, so.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Alright, will you implement procedural map generation in the near future? By the way, you're looking awesome, Mike. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've got procedural map generation coming down the pipe. It is gonna start out as new content only, so we won't be introducing it into existing content just yet. But it is something we do plan on expanding out to the rest of the game and leveraging more as we grow. If it works well, especially. Oop, that's a portal that I didn't mean to open. One in the corner. All right. We need a pause button. Best PoE2 feature. My dog would thank you. Oh gosh, serves me right. I died, by the way.
I'm gonna go down here and hide behind this shrine.
At least I can get back in real quick. I didn't really look at my gear at all. I'm just like, I'm sure I've got a character that's about the same level.
Well, I had to do all my kills again on this guy. Been a little while since I logged into this one.
Yeah, this looks like one that I leveled on stream and just kind of threw some gear together as we went.
It's chaos, yeah.
Yeah. Not terrible, but nothing to write home about.
Not plan A.
We're almost at a boss.
Ooh, I actually may have picked up a worthy setup.
We need pause, please. Best PoE2 feature. My dog would thank you. Yeah, pause is fantastic. We actually do have pause in offline mode. And it's just something that we've tried to make work in online mode, but just never really quite took off. That'd be putting it. We struggled to make it work in online. I think if we can, it would be a great feature to get worked in, but I don't think anyone's actively working on it right now. The monolith system will probably be the main end game system for a while, but do you have any plans for another end game system we can do to change it up in the future? Oh yes. I mean, dungeons are planned on being another end game pillar. So adding more dungeons is a big part of it. Then we also have things like other systems that we're working on, but yes, I think a lot of the content that you're going to see initially, and especially season 2, is going to be expanding that monolith content and bringing a lot more variety to what monolith means. Like when you're doing echoes in the monolith, having that be less narrow, I think will be a big part of it. All right, when will we get to sell all or move all when we want to sell or move all in your inventory? Like a big button that just says send everything to the other side. I don't think we have anything like that planned.
Will be nice if you got a whole bunch of junk.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes hand in hand with a lock button. Like don't sell all on this specific thing ever. And you just come to town and you're just like sell everything that's not locked down.
Yeah, that's usually a good way to do that. Or things like the opposite is mark as junk.
Yeah.
I got a loot lizard here.
2 of them. I'm coming.
I've been playing a lot of Helldivers and I hit Q immediately to mark him. Nope, wrong button. Oh, no.
Oh my god, there's a blizzard explosion.
Alright, I got a couple more.
Just keep hitting them.
Right there. Almost beefed it there.
Just keep hitting them. Just make sure they don't disappear.
There's one left here, and these These ogres are gonna take me out. I'm not paying attention to them at all.
Oh my god. My stubby little arms.
Oh wow.
Okay, that was chaotic. I loved it.
That's what that's exactly the experience you want from them, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Do we find anything now?
Yep.
We gotta sift through some junk. Let's find some more questions here. Oh, don't die, Mike. That's the opposite of what you're trying to do.
Oh, you got one way up here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Will there be a new base item types coming along with new stuff to play with idols? There's not a huge change to idol stuff coming yet. You know, there's some idol things happening, but nothing massive. Bunch of just, is this happening? Is that happening? There'll be new base types, no new, like, so we call them base types and subtypes. No new subtypes. There'll be new subtypes, but no new base types. So no, like, not adding crossbows or fist weapons or a new type of, like, a weapon category. Ooh, that's a lot of minion health.
Man. Tons of freeze rate multiplier, but poison damage.
Sucks when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking? Are you playing wands in cold
I'm
damage?
playing. I mean, whatevs. Like, I am happy with the staff, but not married to it.
We didn't actually complete this monolith at all, even.
It was just that much chaos.
It was just that much chaos, yeah.
We're heading down this way, looks like.
Oh, that might be good for you, actually.
Find something tasty.
It's got minion stats onto the base, yeah. All right, more questions. We should answer those. Will the season after the next be released in a 3 to 6 month time frame after the next season? I don't have specific time frames on when the next season after, like when season 3 is gonna happen, that sort of stuff. We're keeping our vision set on season 2. What's happening there first? Right, next one. I just want to say great job to the team on the engine upgrade. To me, it felt so much smoother and looked crisp. Feel pumped for next season. Awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. The engine update should have done like literally nothing. And I don't know if it's just like caused a bunch of people to come back and try things. But, like I'm seeing a lot of new reports of either things being really a lot better or new bugs showing up. So that's encouraging and good that we did it before season 2, so we could squash those. It looks like a lot of the issues people are seeing can be fixed with a launch commands though, so that's good. All right. the new Sentinel changes, here's one you might be able to answer yourself actually. With new Sentinel changes, are there any builds you're excited for? I don't know if you're much of a Sentinel player at all though.
I mentioned my Pally Hammer earlier. Like,
Yeah.
Paladin build is always fun for me in any game. Like, I love tanky builds, I love utility builds.
Nice.
So Pally is kind of in this game, my second most played build. Yeah, there's stuff I'm excited for. I don't think it's stuff I can talk about. It's stuff I'm definitely excited for.
Okay, so I guess what you can say this. There's no way you can say something wrong here. What would be the main skill you're most excited about going forward after season 2?
I'm trying to remember. Is shield throw getting any updates to it?
Nothing major.
Nothing major, yeah. I don't know, like, I don't.
Actually, shield throw does have a couple things that are pretty big that are happening to it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love the again, harkening back to my WoW Pally.
Yeah.
Getting aggro, and obviously that's less of a thing in this game, but getting up there and getting that Captain America fantasy.
Nice.
That's always fun, so anytime that is easier or more effective is good for me.
Should really be looking at this and probably using a bunch of it, but we're just going to shove it all in the box and ignore it.
Mm-hmm. Take a quick bet.
Okay, we're boss time. Go.
Do it.
We gotta do the quest ones first. Right. Yeah, remember to tag, put that at Last Epoch game in the question if you'd like us to answer, please. Is there a fix coming soon for Nemesis freezing the game? Usually only the first time after launching the game, or getting a half-second freeze when moving the map from the center screen back to corner. I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry. If you've reported the bug, there's a good chance it's in the pipeline and someone's working on it, type thing. I would assume they're gonna do some sort of like small bug fix for engine things that may have come through, but probably not a like a full on like balancing patch or anything like that between now and season 2. Right. But yes, if you got the bugs, report them. We'll get to them. The nights can be done using this awesome in-game tool. Yeah, it's great. Hi, you guys plan on adding achievements to Steam at some point? Achievements. Yeah, we're gonna add achievements. Corey, do you have is there any game you've played that you've had particular achievement that you've remembered, either like it took you a while to get and it was memorable, or just like the achievement was funny?
There was actually just one on
yes.
in Helldivers just the other night. I'm trying to remember exactly how it read, but it was like get launched an X amount of distance away from the dropship.
Nice.
And it was a deal breaker. What I got blown up right at the very end, and it did not allow me to extract, which was painful. So the achievement was a bit of a consolation prize.
A bittersweet moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we do plan on adding achievements. The game, things like that will be, I think, wonderful.
Mm-hmm. It's always fun to have those little things to hunt for, just for fun.
Yeah, there's some, there's a few that I've heard that are a little tricky to do. That echoes Dane. I don't know if you're still in there.
This Maruna looked at me funny, so she's got to be able
Okay,
to.
she got to be taken care of.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any plans to add more shape shifts? I would absolutely love to transform into a scorpion. A little. Every time I think of like scorpion transforms, I can just like the Mummy 2.
The Scorpion King.
Yeah, just that's all that I can think of in the worst way possible.
I'm sure The Rock comes cheap these days, right? We could have him.
Yeah. Like do a scan for the model.
And then we'll like, de-res it and make it super smooth. And...
Yeah. There aren't any new shapeshifting forms in the works at the moment. Will there be at some point eventually? Probably. It's
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's a popular thing, and I like. Technically, there's already precedent for it being on classes other than Druid, with the Reaper form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think.
What other kind of transformations would be cool to see?
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of options, and I think there's some that are a little, like, out of left field that might be fun. I don't know.
Of course, we have the Spriggan, but I always thought it'd be cool to have like a big beef boy ent.
Ah, yes.
Essentially, Werebear meets Spriggan, like something that.
More like you're actually a tree.
Yeah. But yeah, and equally slow.
Yeah, and gigantic.
Yeah.
If there's one thing people who play RPGs love is standing still.
Put down Root's ability. Duration 50 years.
It's instantly the best character to play in the arena.
That's interesting, actually. Weather the storm.
All right. Are you going to enhance the feel of some skills? Oh yeah. We're always enhancing the feel of skills. I play Shield Bash at the moment, and I think it needs a little bit more smack and impact when it is used. Yeah, the sound on Shield Bash is something that we've changed so many times. It always seems to get a little bit better and just be like, there's something missing from it.
Is the question advocating just more straight up like impact damage?
I don't think. Maybe it is just asking for damage buffs.
Shield Bash, for me, it's just like a great stun lock option, but of course it's always fun to have good initial damage too. Like I say, I often like to play utility builds, so I look less at how much shooty I can do and more at what will this do from a tactical standpoint.
We're leveling up in here.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing.
making a proper mess.
Have you guys thought about licensing out rights to a comic or novel set in the Last Epoch universe? I would love that. I don't know if anyone's thought of that.
I can say a little bit there that has been thought of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We love the brand too, and would love to see it in more forms.
There you go. Anyone out there, a comic book writer that wants to write Last Epoch comics, huh? That'd be sweet. I really like getting random little like one-off comics that come with other things.
Yeah.
So we've got the Gloomhaven, not the full Gloomhaven, but the like mostly Gloomhaven.
It's technically the sequel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Jaws of the Lion. Jaws of the Lion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. They streamlined a few things apparently. I don't know, apparently it's basically the same, but just because you can play one into the other.
Right.
But it comes with a little comic book to start the series off.
That is great. Yeah, I mean it's always fun to get to see the medium in different expressions, and yeah, that's definitely something we have discussed at reasonable length.
That'd be awesome. That's the first time I've heard about this. Do it.
Keeping an eye on my handler chat over here and waiting for a shut your mouth. Nothing's coming so far.
You just talk slow, give him a chance to shut you down, and then go a little bit further. No. Okay, moving on. If any, what aspects of the games you've played / loved have you incorporated in LE? If you can even comment. Oh yeah, so like what have we brought from other games and things like that? It's so hard because like
it's so much.
Yeah, and it's so much that it's also not like from any one thing from any one particular source. Because you look at starting to build like a system like the dungeon system, and you pull little things from your experiences in dungeon systems in 30 other games, and there's kind of not a good single point to look at.
And then there's like kind of cameos and references just to fun things, like I'd mentioned the Berrigan's Fist Hammer, and
yeah.
As I'm playing my mage here, I'll quick switch to Disintegrate. The Disintegrate update, which came in, I want to say last fall, the visual update. I had made a joke to Sam, VFX lead, because I knew Disintegrate was up for an update, and I said it should look like the proton beam from Ghostbusters. As
soon as you started talking about this, I realized what you were going to say, because you just brought the proton back. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's there. I didn't notice it until now. Yeah.
He's like, it should. You're right. And it was like,
that's sweet.
Okay. Yeah. And here we are. Like, there's so much fun stuff like that where we can just be silly, and maybe players will say that looks like Ghostbusters, or they'll just say that thing looks cool and move on with their day. But yeah, there's being a company full of nerds, it's basically impossible to not reference things that we love because we want to talk about them.
Yeah. There's the early days of skill nodes. I named a lot of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the I was doing a lot of mage skills at that time, and a lot of the names just are like accidental magic card names.
Yeah. It's just it's ingrained in our bodies.
Yeah.
In our very being to have that stuff. I mentioned before that I work on the trailers, and everyone in the trailer team would be quick to point out, if Corey can make a Lord of the Rings reference, he's gonna. One of the trailers, I got the end of all things line in there, and just anytime we can talk about more nerdy things is the right
sneaky, yeah.
Yeah.
Use your portal. It's this portal, not that portal.
Oh. Come on, I'll just follow you here. toasty in here.
All right.
Fly my EHG flag with pride.
There you go. I don't have a shirt like that. Oh,
This was,
what?
This was a test print and working with some vendors for some internal merch.
Oh, internal. Curse of you.
Well, you're internal.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be able to wear it without if people know that we're doing internal stuff because I get asked
Well,
every week about doing merch store stuff.
I will. You know, there's stuff we want to do.
Yeah. All right. Let's move up here. God damn it.
My wall is going to be very useful in this fight.
I had to resummon my raptors.
Oh, all your pals.
Yep.
Oh, smoked.
Dumpstered.
Yeah.
Now, do I finish the fight without you, or do I just?
GLHF, my friend. GLHF.
I was killed for my obnoxious ideas.
I don't.
And as vengeance, we got to do another one now.
Let me throw one talent point, and that's gonna make the difference for sure.
All the difference. Trying to find the easiest modifier to add on.
I'm gonna put on that sweet crown you're wearing too.
Sorry?
Crown. We'll be crown buds.
Oh, here, this one doesn't do anything. Perfect.
That's what we need.
Perfect.
Crown crew.
If Draco was part of the dev team, yes, was one of the hiring questions. Got it. Do you have a shield Link used hanging on your wall? Yes.
No.
It's not a requirement, but it is it is worth bonus points.
It helps. I'll tell you this. It was the first job interview where I ever talked about World of Warcraft at length.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, tagged Blizzard.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked about being a pally, specifically a tank main, and how that kind of applied to my work ethic. Like, I, in general, like to allow other people to succeed, and you know, I play a utility player at work too.
Nice.
And I guess they like that.
Nerdy answers are good.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's fun being, you know, like before this job, I was designing package designs for home appliances.
Oh, that sounds like less fun.
Less fun.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I had done a lot of freelance work that gave me a relevant portfolio. I didn't just have toasters in my portfolio, but you know, it was pretty cool, like sitting down and talking about things that I cared about.
Yeah.
And get excited about. Got a loot lizard over here.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It sure does. I regularly, you know, obviously, I think anyone watching probably knows we're a fully remote studio, so we all work from home. Or mostly all work from home. A couple folks like actually rent studio spaces, but
yeah.
my wife also works from home, and there's many times when I go upstairs and meet her for lunch and tell her about how my morning's going. She was the one who found me the job opening, and so she likes to rub it in my face frequently when I say this, you know, wild and silly fun stuff I get to do. You're welcome. She always says.
Just gotta take a little bit of credit, which
Yep.
is fine.
Pretty reasonable, I would say.
Yeah.
Well earned.
Oh, was that idle?
Ooh, I could actually use some new items for this guy.
Chaos bolts. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, it's one of my favorite visuals that we've added recently.
Yeah, me too.
So much fun.
Perfect time to spawn that.
Yeah.
All right. Hi! Excited for the update. Curious to know if your feelings about the splashes of blood as a full screen effect when the character is getting hit in Diablo 4 and PoE 2. You feel it makes the experience more impactful and more readable, and you foresee that these could be added to Last Epoch. Also, another topic is what the discussion around dots not being influenced by crit at all. The dots not being influenced by crit is just they're different playstyles and different mechanics to scale damage, and linking them together just kind of homogenizes things and makes the distinctions less interesting, I think. So I think having them be separate is important.
And not on the design team, of course, but I would agree. I feel like it feels a little off to have crit and DOT. Like they're basically opposites.
Yeah. I think having like individual dots that can crit or can like leverage crit in some way is interesting, but as a general theme, I think it's important that they stay separate.
Maybe an initial hit before the actual dot kicks in or something.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. All right. Okay, can we actually do the boss this time? Should we look at our gear and see if we can improve it at all first?
Yeah. I was gonna say let me take a look.
Is that something that we want to take some time for here?
It'll make great streaming, but
Do I
I
have
guess us throwing a bunch of bodies at the boss is probably still better streaming than we're gonna spend 5 minutes looking at our gear.
97% crit strike avoidance? That's probably enough. CDR is probably... Oh, I can't even do it. Okay, that amulet needs fixing. Just gonna we're gonna find an amulet real quick here. We gotta do it. I mean, even that. Let's get a question while we're doing this. The bleed effect. What do you think about the bleed effect on the outer edge of the screen? Because it's a bit of an issue with like if you're in full screen UI, having something to say like, "Hey, you're getting your ass handed to you."
It's interesting. I think, I feel like I'd want to do it at like 20% or less. Like you certainly don't want it on hit, because that would get to be, I feel like, a lot.
Just like there's incoming damage right now somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like I'd want to have that happen at like, and even 20% probably is too low, because then you're not going to see it because you're probably about to get whacked. I don't know. This is coming from someone who is not necessarily a power gamer. But yeah, I mean, I think it could be interesting as your health goes down. Maybe the blood effect kind of creeps in more and more.
Just something to say, hey, pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course the reason that the industry uses the big health globes is because it's easy to see with your peripheral vision, but there's always ways that it could be more obvious.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to find something here that's gonna help with this fight, and I do not have any good amulets laying about, and it's quite frustrating me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Mike, have picked up something decent at some point. Why do you pick up so many trash amulets, Mike? Spell crit. Ah.
Oh,
I mean, okay, I can slap some lightning res on that and be okay with it. Let me seal it. Cool. Let's put some cold res on it, I think. Just some straight health, maybe.
brick.
Ellie res. Got hammered by bad forging potential rolls. That's okay. Could have gone worse. Could have gone better.
Mine definitely falls into the latter category.
Yeah. I needed a bunch of lightning resistance and cold resistance to survive this better, so this will help quite a lot, but we'll see. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, is EHG still purely a home office studio? Yes, we are still purely home office studio. Oh, two of them got stuck. Should have just preemptively done it. Okay. Nice dodge.
Oh,
You get you?
I was just on the edge. Just on the edge. Man. Oh, this character is not built for boss fights.
Okay. Well, I'll probably die. But I want to answer some more questions.
Let me see if I can attempt to find the questions here now that I get.
Question about pets picking up gold and health pots. This is one of those things that we've consistently avoided doing. It's sort of like if you want to pick something up, pick it up. Type vibe is what we've always had for it. If we were going to set some sort of like mini pets can pick things up for you system, there would absolutely be a free mini pet available for every account, no matter what. That's really important to us. So I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility, but it's not something we're planning on doing right now.
Certainly for convenience is kind of a dangerous, potentially slippery slope.
Yeah, we wouldn't ever have the pay for convenience factor there. There would always be the same quality mini pet, like even if it was just a basic horse that you got normally, and you had to pay for anything that was like a super cute, awesome thing, then it's still the same convenience level. Paying or not, that's the important part.
Here's a question asking, what are our thoughts on Lagan? I'm pretty sure half of my hardcore deaths are to him.
I think it's a brilliant fight. I think it has some very clear mechanics that you can learn. and if you learn them, you can do the fight actually pretty undergeared.
Don't take my performance here to mean anything about the fight design.
But yeah, like I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to do it myself, and I was part of designing this.
It's a hard fight, but it's supposed to be. Oh, see,
Yeah,
there it goes.
you did it.
You're fighting a god.
Lightning resistance, exactly what we needed.
Somebody let me in.
Perfect, our lightning res is capped. Just portal to me.
Oh yeah, close.
There you go.
Shield is stuck.
All right. Hi, Mike and guest. Happy Friday. Do you know who named all of the crabs that are summoned by the unique ring? The names are great, especially Cromer, because it's a few miles down the road from where I live. That's awesome. I didn't know that was a place or cool. I think the lead designer probably is who named most of them. She names a lot of those things.
I think that was one of those deals too, where there was probably a page somewhere where people could just put names.
Yes.
And more is merrier in that case.
Yeah, so there's some random ones that are going to be from all over the world. I've done some of the ones for other summons, like some of the raptor names, some of the wolf names, some of the bear names. Some of the saber-tooth names. One of the saber-tooth... Yeah, it's kind of sad, never mind.
Go on.
One of the saber-tooth names is the name of my wife's dead cat.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's a nice tribute.
Yeah.
You could just say my wife's old cat.
Yeah, I should have just said old cat. You're right. That would have been much better.
A beloved pet.
Yeah.
From a bygone
A
era.
previously living. My computer is working overtime, and it is hot in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Got some guys coming over tonight to play Magic. Very excited.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of half. I'm brewing up a Preston the Vanisher deck.
Okay.
It's a rabbit it's a magical rabbit. He's like a stage performer magician with like a wand and everything.
Nice.
Rabbit.
Do you have a consistent game group?
No, we've got like a group of that we try and play as often as possible, and it ends up being like once a month.
Yeah.
But I'm leaving town, so we've been getting a couple games that we did like a couple weeks ago, and now tonight as well. So I'm very excited.
I have been very lucky that my game group has been the same crew for close to 30 years now.
Nice.
And we have been pretty much Friday nights for that entire time.
That's awesome. That's
So
really
since
great.
It was built in to our, kind of just plan for the group. So all the wives that have been met, all the kids that have, come into existence since, it's just kind of been part of the deal of like, hey, Friday night. What we do. For better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, for Fridays or for not.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like pretty well one of the few things that was keeping me from moving out of town was my Magic game group.
Sure. How far is the move?
I'm not going very far at all. Like I'll still be able to come play.
Awesome. Yeah, since becoming a dad,
Ooh.
IRL games have become
Yes, I feel
more
that.
difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you found any? We've got here. Thank you very much to. It's the other one that I'm not gonna be able to pronounce properly, and I'm gonna ruin. Chai Yukami.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I think I ruined that horribly. Thank you very much. Anyways, I really appreciate it. Please don't let my butchering of your name sour this experience for you.
I'm gonna scroll up a little bit because I think there have been a lot of questions that we have not been paying attention to since we've been committing to Havoc.
There is a Nemesis up here as well.
Mini horse is getting a vote as a pet.
Yeah, love
Like
it.
a little pony.
Just a little pony horse.
That would be fun.
You probably get this question a lot, but what do you and team think of PoE's early access in relation to the ARPG genre and LE? I can't put it down. Like it's really gorgeous as well. I think it plays super smoothly and does exactly what it's trying to do. And they're really there's a few specific like fantasies that they're delivering on that we've tried to do well and we haven't been able to, I think. So yeah, I congratulate them on an epic launch as well.
It's always fun getting to see more people getting excited. Oh, that's what I get for trying to read questions and talk.
Sorry. Probably should have said something when I started the Nemesis.
No, it's always fun getting to see more, more engagement in the genre and more people getting excited about it.
Yeah.
It's a kind of, what's the expression? The tide that rises all ships or something along those lines.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Freedom of Ascendance. Take that.
Oh, yeah. Some good drops for me, too.
I think that works. Stormcrows and transformation stuff. Right. You said that EHG have done a project lockdown or something like that for 1.2. Does that mean 1.2 mechanics changes are finalized? If so, maybe a teaser from what will change with the monolith system. Of course, we want a surprise. Something to look forward to. We, of course, look forward to 1.2. So yeah, I can't remember how I worded it. We're at like the no one starts any new projects phase. And we're trying to close out as many projects as we can right now. Step. So there's sort of nobody starting anything new. We're in bug fixing mostly, and yeah, that's generally what's going on, I guess. It doesn't change the timeline of when we're announcing specific information. I'm sorry. My bub question didn't want to spam, but retyping. Sweet. I don't know what. Oh yes, there it is. Would it even be possible to have a post-map loot screen that has everything compiled? I find having to run around and try and sift through mounds of items kind of frustrating, even with the filters. Yeah, this is something that we've talked about big time. Having like some degree of auto pickup and like, oh, you missed this item. You sure you didn't want to pick this up? Type vibe. And I think the key thing is it would be probably more focused around things that are like nearby you, not the entirety of everything. And one of the really hard, I have no idea if this is going to get put in or not, but these are the types of things we've talked about around these systems. Is like, as you expand the radius of what it can pick up, you probably want it to be able to decide if something's good to pick up. And there's a very difficult way to do that. We don't want to encourage people from changing their loot filters, because that's a really easy way to just be like, what is this person interested in? To just being like, show everything, so it picks up everything for you. And then like putting a cap on it, and then people are like, oh, it's not picking up everything, it's leaving stuff behind. You know, there's lots of rabbit hole there. Being told we're really far behind on questions, so let's rattle through some. Would it be wrong to have companions picking up gold in pots when you are out and killing stuff? I don't think wrong's extreme. I don't think I would like it. It's not something we're planning on doing right now. It's possible though. You may have been asked this before, but are there any new enemies coming out new season? Yes, there are a bunch of new enemies. Lots of great ones. There's some new bosses, new champions, new enemies, new great stuff to fight and kill. What's your favorite currently underperforming mastery, and would you get some love? I think Marksman's my favorite underperforming mastery right now. And yeah, it's getting some love. Frosthaven. Not Frosthaven. It is actually Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. But yes, Frosthaven, also great. Oh, the easier is called Jaws of the Lion. Yes, okay, cool, they got it. In regards to the one-off comics you talk about to WotC, they'll probably do a Universe Beyond of Ellie. Don't joke about something like that. The best and worst moment of my life. They do it of everything else, really. Mike would certainly love that. Yeah, I would love having it done and simultaneously hate myself for doing it. But it would be a shining achievement. Would we ever see the old crafting system mechanic being used somewhere else in Last Epoch? I felt like that system had peaks and highs and lows. Yeah, I think that's the sort of thing that we can see possibly coming back through like maybe a dungeon reward, maybe a specific enemy reward, maybe through, you know, like I can see that being something that we leverage again. Did you ever, I can't remember timelines of things, I'm terrible at. Corey, did you play with the old crafting system at all?
So I've been DHG for about 2.5 years. I don't remember a different crafting system than what's in the game now. Okay.
I think we've had this one for more than that time.
Okay.
So yes, probably not then. It was a little different. It was very similar actually, but it had some differences. I've jumped into another map, by the way. Yeah, there, sweet.
I'm done.
There'd always be a chance that you would just like brick the item.
Sure.
And you'd just be like, it'd be like run. There's always a chance you just run out of forging potential, basically, and it just like stops working. And as the item got more things put on it, the chance of it becoming locked went up. So you can still just be like, okay, I'm gonna add fire damage to the sword, and you add fire damage to the sword. The same with like shards still work the same way, shattering still work the same way. But yeah, it was the chance of failure was, instead of just like losing fortune potential, and sometimes you could like lose a lot of it, sometimes you could lose none of it. There's a chance that the item just goes, all right, you're done crafting me. There's also a chance the item goes, you're done crafting me, and I'm gonna become 10 times worse.
Mm-hmm.
And those like critical failure moments were just being stood out a little too strongly in people's memories.
Yeah.
And every day we'd get bug reports that it was broken, and it was the percent chance that it was showing you was a lie. And yeah, it's like I recorded a dozen of these and it didn't do the percentages right. I put so many tests in to make sure the percentages were perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, like, I enjoy a crafting system that rewards creativity rather than rewards tenacity.
Yeah.
And that's something that I know a lot of players appreciate about this game, is that, you know, we always hear the Ellie respects your time.
Yeah.
And I think that's really critical in a crafting system. That's like a really great place to show that.
Yeah, I think the changes that are coming to the crafting system in Season 2 really reflect that really well. Okay, I'm just gonna start this one right away. Berserk! No, out of Okay, more questions. Well, I did not play the game. Oh, there it is. Are we going to see new content only after big corruption monolith or before, because we also have to do campaign again? New content will start showing up extremely early. How early will it start, Mike? It'll start... I don't know exactly when it'll start. But it will definitely start significantly before, like, corruption pushing stuff. Very significantly before that. Alright. Well, I did not play the game for months, so I don't know if this already changed, but do you plan to make better sets? We haven't done major set overhaul yet. That is something we are planning on doing. It is something we've been planning on doing for a very long time. And it's go ahead.
I was gonna say it because I'm trying to keep track of questions here for you too. And I saw one that was asking about sets for 1, 2, and I don't or for season 2. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's on the plan.
Yeah, we're actively working on the set update right now, but it's unclear if it's going to be in season 2 or not.
What lizard over here?
There, yeah.
I'm gonna get him.
I'm coming. I think my minions are doing like 90% of the damage.
That's almost like it's by design.
Yeah, I think I'm like, and then I'm like, I'm helping. Look how much I'm helping.
I'm present. And I was there too. I gotta start trashing some stuff here.
A fellow on to my question regarding systems features from the games you played, loved. Is there a feature / system you'd like to bring to LE? And what is the likelihood you see the light of day in LE? Like, what is something we'd like to pull from another game? That's the hard thing, is that we never, I almost never look at making a system as pulling a system. And it's usually because when we go into making a system, we look at, okay, what's the gameplay we're trying to add to the game? What's the problem we're trying to solve with this? And starting from a standpoint of like, okay, I want to transplant this system, you're always trying to like fix problems and like find reasons to add things or not. And it's a really frustrating prospect to do. So I really don't like. I don't know. I don't think I've seen a system that we've actually done in that direct, like that approach yet. Yeah,
it's more about what's the problem that needs to be solved and who is solving it.
Yeah. And like, there's little things like, okay, I'd love to have pinnable tooltips from PoE2. I think that'd be amazing. Love that. But I don't think that's quite the scope of what they're asking about. All right. Will you ever implement a scalable, customizable cursor? I know we're doing. So we really want to add cursor customization. There's some issues with it that we can't just do it. Otherwise, it would have been done a while ago. But we are looking at UI scaling on the whole.
It got pretty messy there.
Yeah. So UI scaling is the sort of thing we are doing, and that is coming. Which I think would scale the cursor at the same time. I don't know if it does or not.
I don't take anything I say for anything other than the ravings of a lunatic, but I believe the UI scaling would include the cursor, but again.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Really want it to? I think it's just taking the entire UI layer. The mouse cursor might sit on a different layer. The kind of frustrating thing it would do. Alright, external merch store. Yeah, we want it. You want to leak anything about that?
There's always discussions. Obviously, we get excited about it too, and
I think you're much more involved with it than I am.
yes, I'm. Yes.
It's his fault. Let him take the blame. It's not me.
For once, I can be cagey for you. I will say that, yeah, there's discussions.
My mom
Obviously
keeps stealing my my merch that I get from like going to a convention or something. Dead serious.
That's great. He's involved.
Yeah, but I wanted that playmat. All right. If you could combine any two masteries in the game, interpret combine however you want, which would you pick? You first.
I mean, the very first thing that comes to mind would be creating something that's already in the game, which is the Spellblade, like a martial magic user. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Oh wait, we have that.
Yeah. I think I would take the marksman and the beastmaster.
You know, I was gonna say Druid and Beastmaster.
Druid and beastmaster. Okay, yeah.
So you just have a big pack and you join the pack.
Yeah. What are you talking? What are you guys? Huh?
Are we all wolves here? Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
chill
but you
interview.
said-
Sorry, go ahead.
You said, well, Marksman and Beastmaster, we already have that. It's called the Falconer.
Kind of. I was thinking more like a ranger hunter type character.
So you just want more beasties for the Falconer.
No, I think I just want the beast to be like on the ground.
Okay. Poor Falcon. Can't help it. It's got wings.
It doesn't have to walk. It doesn't have to fly. It does that by choice. So entitled. Ugh.
It could just hop around everywhere if it wanted to.
Yeah. But no, it's got to rub it in all the wolves' faces.
Well, maybe that's what we need is some sort of like a griffin or something that's a part terrestrial, part avian type animal.
Yeah. Here's a blank slate to craft on if you want it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I found this, didn't I?
Ooh, that's a nice blank slate.
Yeah, right? I think I might try do a little something on this.
That's some fat stacks for mana. Cold damage, yes please. Oh, I only have one shard of it.
Oh no. Like, I actually want crit, but I do have a lot of crit stuff. Yeah, okay, let's just roll with crit. That could have gone worse. Could have gone better.
Do you want minion health?
On what?
An amulet. Yeah, I'll just throw it to you and you can decide.
Sure.
It's not too shabby.
Mana cost, yeah. Damage and health leech, yeah.
Rune Bolt now explodes.
Rune Bolt
Yes.
now explodes.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, let's move on. Let's keep this party train rolling.
Right.
Yeah, chill interviews to hire someone who's way better. We apply this. We play the same at our company. Not gaming though. Still trying not to keep too strict. Yeah. I had most chill interview I ever had was for becoming a camp counselor. To be fair, I had been like doing the training program at the same camp for the last like 2 months.
Makes it a little more chill.
Yeah.
I hate to be, like, I can't think of a better answer than EHG. Like, and it wasn't necessarily that it was chill. It's just that it was comfortable because it was the first job where I was with my people.
Nice.
Every other job where I interviewed for anything, it was always like, you want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons? No, that's fine. I don't either. Obviously.
You're stupid.
Right?
I don't even like
Yeah.
it.
And not so much the case here. So pretty awesome.
We had I'm sure there are others that are going now too. We for a little while had a D&D game going with some staff. Are you there?
I was not, but I'm familiar with it. I watched longingly from a distance, wishing that I had the time. I'm running a wild space campaign, and by running I mean we played last with someone else running it because I couldn't.
Yes.
The last, and that was even probably at least 6 months ago by now. But I just told one of my friends who was in the campaign just 2 nights ago or something, hey, hold me to it. We need to get back into that because, man, it's fun.
I love doing that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and it's just such a good way to hang out. Like,
Yeah.
anything that can facilitate more time with friends is the right thing to do.
To Draco, when do we get Mike the Barbarian trailer?
Well, early, you probably mentioned this on stream at one point, but the early design of the Barbarian was designed after Mike.
Yeah, the Primalist.
Or yeah.
You gotta be careful what you say there.
Yeah. Yes, Blizzard said, hey, Mike, here's $1 million.
No, I just mean because they'll think that that we're designing a barbarian.
Oh, yes, you're right. Primalist.
Yeah. Even now, I'm just sitting being like, okay, so do I deny it more or not? What's the most best way to make people think that it's not happening?
If anyone's been listening long enough to me by now, they know. Don't listen to whatever this guy says.
All right, great. If testing goes well, is there any potential for the season to get released before April? I doubt it. I don't think that's no.
I think we can say if things go really, really, really well, then we're gonna get more content in there.
Yeah, I think that's more like there'll be other stuff being put in. There'll be, but there's let's face it, that's not gonna happen. Like the stuff that is going in, there's already stuff that's been cut for time. That happens literally every single patch for every single game ever. Stuff gets cut for time. I'd put money on.
And that's the nature of, I think, the business too.
Yeah.
Like, well, I should say the nature of the business when you are a small independent studio is we're not really beholden to the Uber publishers in the same way, but we obviously want to make sure that we are getting the game updates out in a timely fashion so that players can engage with the content more.
Yeah. There's a wand. Might be useful.
All right. Thank you.
Feel like it's got relevant damage types.
Take a look here once we get this cleared.
Oh, Nemesis nearby.
Nice, yeah.
All right, more questions. I just got a perfect set of rolls for a legendary slam. I'm gonna credit you for the luck. Of course. I turned on incredible luck just for you there. I'm glad it worked.
You got the button under your desk. You can hit one with your foot.
Yeah. But I have to type out someone's name in Morse code.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, 'cause it only turns it on for one person. And I'm not very good, so I just randomly press the button, and every once in a while I bet I randomly spell someone's name out.
It's a fair lotto system. by
Yeah.
the way. Just let RNGesus decide.
Round 2.
Jeez.
Got him.
Got a couple good clobbers on me.
Did we already do this? Yeah, we've finished.
Did we?
Yep.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Use your portal to travel onwards. So that's the voice the UI makes in my mind. I do believe it's also important that damage over time is capped at certain threshold. Do you guys have that philosophy when designing dot builds? Kind of random question though. No, I mean you never want damage to go too wild, and like there's always going to be a maximum potential for damage. But I don't think we ever said like dots is general, can never go above this per hit or anything like that. Alright, based on the 2 roadmaps, it seems like you changed the priority of what you're being worked on and what to release when. Yes. Essentially deciding to release the things that you planned for Season 3 and Season 2. A significant oversimplification, but there are several things that were originally slated for Season 3 that are being done in Season 2 now. There used to be a monolith expansion plan for Season 3. Are those ideas implemented in Season 2, or is that still separate and planned for later dates? The monolith expansion is one of the primary things we're doing in Season 2. Realized that because we had the warpath going, I was not looking at what we were doing, and I was only just running. I didn't use a single ability. I was just running in circles.
Well, your dinos were doing the good work then.
You know what? Oh my god, it's gone a very long time without doing anything. Little teaser. Here's a little visual teaser. There's a little something there. Oh, we're gonna put that somewhere that's a little less.
Oh.
Did I ruin things by not being actually doing anything?
No, I ruined things by building a CC character that is meant to be carried.
All right, I'll start carrying. Somehow, I'll figure it out.
Hashtag do better.
All right.
I've been playing my marksman more lately, and I'll use that excuse with this guy. I'm just rusty with him.
Yeah, out of practice. Me too. I've been playing my my spellblade.
Nice.
Oh, let's go down here. Purple boy.
Nice. Oh wow.
Fine, I'll pay attention to you enemies beating me in the face. Oh, I should have paid closer attention to you enemies beating me in the face.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Might be thematic to ask, what are your thoughts on Lagan? I'm pretty sure half my hardcore deaths are Tim. This is a question for earlier. Yes, I love Lagan.
Yeah, that was when we were actually fighting him.
Yeah. Will you implement? Oh yeah, minion auto revive like in PoE 2? It's so great to have it. Would like to see it in LE also. I think it could be a good I think it could be a
So-
good thing for specific minions in LE, but
Does it give you like a finite number of revives then?
it has a finite rate that it can summon them at.
Okay.
So like if they all die, you can't really just be like, I'm gonna spam summon them manually to like get them back quicker.
Sure.
You gotta let it happen automatically.
I don't know. I guess I'm not sure how I feel about that.
So it is nice in the sense that, especially when you have, I don't know, I like it for different types of minions. I like it as a concept for like skeletons.
Sure. Yeah. The tedious little guys.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. That makes more sense. And then because part of it is being a commander of undeath, right? Like you want to have that interaction where you're saying, "Come back.
Yeah.
Your job is not done."
Yeah, and that problem of active summoning is something that we've struggled with, and why there is volatile zombie exists as an ability, because it's an ability that causes active summoning, where you're like, I'm gonna spam summoning abilities, and that's the best thing I can do for damage output, instead of just sit there and watch summons, which also is a thing that can happen. Just having an active version be possible. Will you implement auto menu? I already answered that. Did set item changes make it cut season 2? I don't know yet. I'm sorry. This is Drago's first weekly reminder of the destined character sheet rework. Yes.
Say what now?
So we've been talking about a character sheet rework for years now, and it just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. I don't know how long it's actually been. It's probably only been months, but quite a long time. All right. 2 o'clock reference. It's 2:30. All right. Why not make an armor of Lagon's shell or a shield? Name it Shield of the God. There's a shield of like Maruna Sirens.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sweet. But you don't actually like kill Lagon.
You just prove your worth.
Yeah. Maybe an alternate timeline where we do kill Lagon.
That'd be cool.
Mob loot in dungeons is cool. But have you thought about implementing loot chests after you complete a dungeon, maybe scaling them based on certain challenges in the dungeon? Everyone loves loot chests. Super good feeling when you beat hard dungeons and get big fat chests. Grim Dawn, open them one by one. Excitement builds after each one. Lightless already has them. That's why I was grinning this whole time. So that one's settled. Yeah, I mean the dungeon reward apparently I said something bad at some point. The dungeon reward kind of is that chest. I mean, it's different for each one, but like getting to make a legendary is a pretty gigantic chest, right? But I do see the idea, like draw of just having like chests at the end as well. Oh no, I didn't say anything bad.
Congratulations.
We're good. Just to confirm, the date is not getting moved up before April. Unrelated. What kind of magic do you play? Standard, Commander. I started playing better ago. I play Commander. Some limited, so drafts, sealed, things like that. when we get around to them, but it's so rarely that I just basically play Commander. Curry, do you play Magic at all?
I played approximately 30 years ago, and I still have my cards.
Oh, wow.
And like, I remember how the game works, but that's about it.
You know, this is one of those things where, like, if you actually have cards that are 30 years old, you should, if you haven't checked them recently, maybe they might be worth a lot of money.
One of my friends here in town plays, like, does the tournament circuit and plays pretty competitively, and I told him that he could have them if he wanted. If they have value, I'm happy to share that. Like, we're in a sharing kids' clothes like circle, so we get all of his daughters hand-me-downs, so I'm happy to give him some potentially valuable Magic cards in return.
Nice. Yeah, there's some gems to be found there.
I really enjoyed Hearthstone when it came out.
Nice.
And obviously, that's pretty heavily Magic inspired.
Yeah. There's a little. Oh gosh, darn it! He just cleaned my clock. Oh my goodness. There's so much damage.
Jeez.
My Fizz Res is hot garbage. Hot garbage Fizz Res. Need to do something about that.
I'm at 61, and yet he was cleaning my clock too.
I'm at 37.
That's pretty garbage.
Yep.
That's a nice looking staff. Let's have a closer look. Oh, I had one tier to go from fizz damage to spell damage. We're talking.
I feel like I should change out that chest. All right, more questions. The teaser ended up behind Draco, by the way. Did it? I thought I positioned it perfectly.
My big fat melon got in the way.
That's weird. The preview's showing it perfect to me.
Is it on currently? I suppose it
Yeah, it's there. It should be right beside you.
Oh yeah, I see though. Yeah, it looks. It looks fine to me.
Okay, cool.
And I don't even know what that is. I have a guess, but I don't.
Oh, well, here, let's do another one. Ta-da! You know what that one is? It's cool. Who knows what it is? Could be anything. Could be a boat. You know how much you want one of those?
I'm so used to talking with my wife in code by spelling words that I was gonna ask you, because I can do that in front of the kid, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you a question by spelling it out, but I was like, wait a minute, there's adults listening, that won't work.
Oh, like, gotta hide it from everyone else. Ours is like started so he's starting to learn how to like spell and read and all that sort of stuff. So but he's also just recognizing some patterns of words we spell frequently. So it's just like we'll spell like an 8-10 letter word, and he's like, "Is that this?" And we're like, "Yes."
How old is yours? I think our sons are about the same age.
He's 4.
Oh, okay.
A little bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, just things like he clearly isn't quite spelling it, but just heard us spell it enough times in those like context that we do it
That's
in.
the context, sure.
Yeah, that losing that ability early. It's frustrating.
That is frustrating.
All right, ability to have more than one loot filter active and order them. Would love to have base rules, have all classes, etc. at once. Yeah, this is something we've talked about doing. I think we more position them as like modules. Is I think more what we were looking at doing. There's a lot of room for improvements in the loot filter, and there's a few things we're doing, and a bunch more that we want to do, and a few more things that we can't do quite yet, but hopefully will in the future. And so yeah, there's improvements coming down the pipe there. How different will Sentinel be in next patch? I think Sentinel will do the things it's good at doing better and feel smooth to play while doing it by comparison to what it is now. I think those will be the big things, and I think there'll be more variety in builds. You'll see yeah, I think there'll be like more things that people are trying out. It'll be really good. I know it's kind of a vague non-answer, but it's hard to say things without saying things.
I know. Yeah.
Has there been any conversations about perhaps an empowered campaign run with interesting tweaks? We have talked about it. I can't say it's something that is overly clamored for by the most people that are asking for things in the game. So it's probably a little bit lower on the list. That's Loot Lizard. But I do think having more mechanics as we add in new seasonal mechanics and things like that stick around in the campaign, we'll have new things that are going to change how the campaign's played. I think we'll get especially as dungeons improve as well, like in their quality and also the quantity of them, we'll have sort of an advanced campaign mode that'll sort of evolve out of that. Yeah. Not good. Is there any improvements coming for the loot filter? Yes, there is. Stuff like map icons, like PoE has a great quality of life. I can't talk about specifics right now, but yes, there are loot filter upgrades coming. Any thoughts about moving some LP crafting to the bench? LP1 seems somewhat of a waste of time to run the dungeon. Because the LP is the value of the LP is different per item. It kind of all has to be in one spot, or else we're drawing a line on, like, we kind of already do that for level of base item. I think the question is more. I think if the dungeon was more fun to do and more like interesting to do, I feel like this question would not be as obvious to ask.
No room.
I think I'd rather be tackling it from that angle, personally. Hey, avid summoner player here. Is there any chance the movement of minions could be worked on when you play a build with one giant summon and buff it with speed? When you run ahead of it, it runs to catch up with you, has to run past you, and then it runs back too far. Then it runs ahead of you to catch up again, then it runs behind you again. After 5 seconds of going back and forth, it finally stops and attacks. I mean, there's definitely some sort of bug happening there. I don't know what it is. And, my advice would be to, submit bug reports for it, give examples, stuff like that. We can work on fixing it. it might be that there's a specific, like putting in specific character build things, like changing size or anything like that would be really good. There's speed mods you have, all those things. There might be just like a combination of them that's causes issues that we don't see in our testing. It's usually what happens with a lot of those things.
Want to move on to the next one?
Yeah. Oh goodness, I gotta clear out. Did the volcanic orb skill tree see some love? Like the cold side, like the cold conversion node, since we also have the node in the passive tree that does that too. They both also do other things as well. It'd be nice to see the skill feel more like D2's frozen orb and some other unique things from the skill. Okay. There's, I can't really talk to specific changes that are coming. I don't know of what's been changed on volcanic orb, if anything. But yeah, there's, if you've got specific things like that you're hoping to see, drop them into suggestions channels. We've got them on Discord, on our forums, place where we collect suggestions. Would be great for things like that. For Corey, here we go. What's the most fun thing or things you're most proud of in LE? That's a great question.
That is a great question. One thing that comes to mind right away is all the class badges. That was something that pretty well. I guess maybe I'll start with the first thing I did. It was designing the EHG new studio logo.
Oh, nice! I didn't realize that was you that did that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. So I came on board, and that was something in the interview process that was being discussed. And
Nice.
It's like, yeah, this is something we're talking about. And you talk to someone who's a career graphic designer about a studio logo, and yeah, I'd like to be part of that.
Yeah.
And so, kind of early on, that was like I said during the interview being discussed. And so when I officially came on board, Judd, our CEO and founder, had said that we like to give people kind of early wins when they first come on board, and give them some kind of low-hanging fruit. And I'm at that point 20 some years into my career, and I said I'm not looking for low-hanging fruit. So I said, give me a crack at it. And they had already had an agency lined up to do the design.
Oh yeah.
And they gave me a crack at it.
Nice.
They liked what I did, and here we are. So
Easy.
It was kind of a fun,
Easy win.
Yeah. Kick down the door and say, hey, I'm gonna have some fun here.
Nice.
And then the class badges, that was another one that was pretty early on. I worked with our art director and one of our awesome senior concept artists, and helped design all of those.
Nice.
And a lot of it were, just the weird, crazy ideas that they were both like, yeah, that sounds cool, and boom, there it was. Kind of a funny story
Nice
there.
and easy.
The lich, not the lich, I'm sorry, the warlock,
Mhm.
the mask. It's got the mask with like the sewed up eye.
Yeah.
I had this idea thinking about like the Harry Potter, the Death Eaters.
Yeah.
Their masks.
Yeah.
I thought,
Nice.
that's a cool, kind of cool look for the warlock. And so I started researching and just kind of trying to find some good visual inspiration. And I found this one piece of art that was this really cool mask. And
they're called warlocks too.
yeah, that's true. But it wasn't, this piece of art that I found was not from the Death Eaters. It was just like this cool, like, oh, this is exactly what I want. And this was, again, like, just a few months into my time here. So I didn't know LE particularly well yet. Turns out it was Isadora's Revenge, an actual
Oh, it
LE
was
item.
it was that item.
Yeah, and I had just gone to Google to like get inspiration.
That's funny.
And so the main inspiration that I worked with was actually from the game.
That's perfect.
Yeah, really proud of both of those. And
Nice.
the key art that we use for LE is my creation, and working with the 3D artists and asking them to, pose the characters just so, and then doing
Nice.
takeovers of that. And yeah, it's a lot of, I've gotten to do a lot of kind of pretty high profile stuff, so it's fun to look around at all the places where I've been able to have some fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. The key art being like the logo and the words "Last Epoch" with the.
Well, the logo was designed before I came on board.
Yeah.
However, I ushered in an update with 1.0. We did an updated version of the logo, and I was part of that. But the key art, as in like the kind of, if you look at the Steam, the Steam art.
Yeah. This one.
5 characters in front of the portal.
This one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were doing, this was, I don't remember now which release it was for, pre 1.0. But I was just creating some art for a promotional thing for one of our releases, and it was initially just the three characters in front of this, the portal and the ruined environment.
Yeah.
And people were kind of like, "Whoa, that's kind of awesome." And
Where's the other two?
you're right. And it was just purpose built for an email. I think it was just a Steam Steam favorite or
Yeah.
a wish list email or something. I don't exactly remember, but it was just a one-off piece of art that I made for this one thing, and everyone liked it enough, and so I kind of
Using it in the big thing, yeah.
Yeah, I kept revisiting it, and
Nice.
ultimately it was like, maybe this is our key art. There it is.
Low hanging fruit, right?
Low-hanging fruit. Yeah, I feel like there have been kind of a lot of fun, happy accidents.
Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that's like a beautiful kind of element of being a small studio with a lot of opportunities to wear a lot of hats. Is everyone just gets as creative as they can, because that's kind of how you have to do it. And
Yeah.
I think having, there's another expression I can't quite remember, but something about, limitations making you more creative.
Limitations breed creativity.
Yes, yeah.
That's why I frequently will put absurdly strict limitations on magic decks that I'm building.
Sure. And it's fun. I mean, like, having young kids, like, teaching them rules about games.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the rules that make it fun. It's the restrictions that give you an opportunity to try to think of how to work around them. And, if you could do anything anytime, then that's less interesting, frankly.
Yeah, like the first time you find out there's a cheat in Fallout to take you to the room that spawns everything, and then you
Right.
spawn everything, and then 20
Right.
minutes later you're like, oh, it's not fun anymore.
So then
Whoops.
all the challenge is gone, and now what am I doing here?
Yeah. Do you have any plans to release to consoles? We would love to. We don't have any concrete info if we're going to or not. There's lots of things we have to do before we can really start looking at consoles, and like, for example, making the controllers experience amazing, and we're doing that. There's a big update to controllers coming 1.2 in season 2. You'll be able to target way better with controllers in combat, so it feels a lot better. You can actually like kite things finally. Any plans for new quest echoes? I love the alternate timeline stuff, and it feels like y'all could really cook with those. I don't think quest echoes are seeing much change. Probably some little stuff, but nothing dramatic, I don't think. When you make the changes to sets, will they still remain a full set drop rank for Circle of Fortune? Yeah, I mean, I think the reason that's stuck around is because we planned on doing the update at some point. Hi y'all, adding DLSS and FSR, don't know. I would assume so. but I'm not sure. It is technically possible now. More questions. Ironically, any feature scale was in feature scale was in scope for my question about feature incorporation, but also possibly a feature you've seen that has inspired a chain of thought to improve something unique in LE. Not literally a pull of a feature system into LE, but something that may have inspired an improvement, or Spark X could be improved based on what I've seen here. All the thoughts you put in answering. Cool. Yes, I do agree with all of that, I think. Try to reread some of it. It's hard to have conversations in this format, which I find frustrating. I'm not very good at that part of this yet. Are there any ideas to increase mob density or make it so more corruption equals more mobs? More corruption equals more mobs is probably not something we want to do. Or if we did, there'd be a limit at some point. We are interested in increasing mobs pack sizes in general, and we've done that in just about every, like 1.0, 1.1 both had pack size increases with them. I think as a lot of like performance stuff that we do gets in, that generally gives us ways we can add more enemies in and around.
Oh, the fly buzzing sound in here is horrifyingly great.
And more questions. Would there be any thoughts to adding a glyph of something to increase or bypass forging potential? No. I feel like a lot of great items I find are bricked by either an unlucky chaos roll or bad RNG on trying to get T5 affixes and prefixes. Yeah, I mean, there's we don't really have any intention of making a way to like have guaranteed success in crafting, like 100% no matter what whatever you're planning on trying to do happens type thing. But I think there's room for new tools to I guess facilitate specific types of actions that don't work super well right now. Part of finding a good item is finding one that has lots of forging potential, so that you can get through a large craft on it.
Gotta catch my breath after that one. Alright.
Into the corner, yes.
He's not going anywhere. Bye now. It's replying.
But yeah, having ways to like put forging potential back on an item is something we've always been as that's always been a line for us in designing new things with crafting.
A line, did you say? Like,
yeah.
That's a line you're not willing to cross, or?
A line that we're not currently interested in crossing. I think not willing to cross might be a little too firm, but
yeah, that's dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah, but not interested in crossing right now. So like, nothing that we're adding in season 2, and nothing we're planning on adding in after that at the moment has any way to add forging potential back onto an item. Doesn't mean it'll never happen, but it's just not something that we're really entertaining right now.
Sure.
These guys have so much health, it's insane.
Yeah, it is.
They're the tankiest things in all creation.
And they hit plenty hard too.
Yeah.
They're a proper mini boss.
Just bloody die!
Go.
Alright. All for some gold. Lovely. Alright. Leap Slam is such an RPG classic for melee classes, but you didn't give it to the true melee class, Sentinel. Why? Feels Snowman. Sorry about that.
I feel like just my 2 cents, the leap, feels more appropriate for a primalist. It's more of a fury thing than a precise, battlefield commander kind of theme.
Yeah, I think it's the armor is the big thing. Like, the Sentinel has lunge, so similar. Like, you're almost always fury leaping to an enemy.
Yeah. Oh, in arena. All right, I better get.
Barbarian Master confirmed. No. Have you thought about adding a skin where he gives you just a big beer belly? Love goofy skins of physical condition where I look pregnant, but I'm not. I think that is something that we could conceivably do as like a funny one. I know we've been very hesitant to do anything that's like really far out of universe stuff, but yeah, I could see like I'm sure people had beer bellies in high fantasy.
It would look pretty good on the primalist.
Yeah. It translates into the bear forms. It's like bear with a gigantic beer hut.
6-pack? No. Well, different kind of 6-pack.
Yeah. All right. It's a gigantic post here. Unfortunately, I think this already exists. I had this idea forever ago during a David Brevik stream, basically a Mario Maker kind of concept where players design maps for RPG, obviously. And the only way to post the map is to complete the map, to randomization still applies, but you get to pick monster types and the layout within the in-game simplified kind of designer. Then having a rating system after you complete the map saying who created it and give props to those with incentives for cosmetic rewards and high rated maps. This game exists! This is an actual game that was released, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe more. And I'm definitely not stalling so I can remember the name. It's like the Epic Quest or the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot or something like that. The Epic Quest for Mighty Loot.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, you complete other people's dungeons to like get resources to build your own dungeon bigger and stronger with new traps and things like that. And yeah.
That sounds fun.
It's basically exactly what that question was about.
It's a cool idea though. I mean, to be able to add that to, obviously there's a huge overhead to solve with that.
Yeah, I've had that in the back of my mind as like a thing we could do in the next 10 years for like, I wonder what other thing we could add to this gigantic monstrosity of a game we've been maintaining for 10 years.
Right.
I've got it.
Well, it's fun too, like how many of us came from modding communities, right? Like it's fun to be able to foster that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Do y'all ever wish you hadn't added ward, or that was 100% different? Or do you like its balance with, feel like it's balanced without that? It's not balanced, but I never wish we never added it. It gets a lot of power very easily from skill points early on. And so that relative power scale is offset quite a lot. Oh god, I'm being told that catching up is not even reasonable.
Oh no.
Apologize to everyone. We've been taking way too long with questions. Okay, I'm gonna let's try and hammer out some of these and see if we can get through. I feel like I've been doing big scrolls. Any plans on adding new abilities to classes? Yes, there are 2 new abilities coming in 1.2. What is the top 3 EHG priorities now in developing the game and the class combat balancing among them? Yeah, I'd say performance and stability and frame rate and optimization. Let's put that all as one thing. End game, we'll put balance and stuff in that end game conversation as well.
Here, I will kite guys and bring them to you so that people have something to look at. On your
Yeah,
screen.
sounds good. All right.
Okay.
What's the third?
Just answer the question.
Third priority. Yeah, I mean, let's just like combat feel. Make that the third one. Yeah. All right. Hello. Are you guys planning on making unique items and such looking the same as their art? We do. Yes. We add new uniques faster than we can make the 3D art match the 2D art, though. So it's a ever worsening problem that we will probably never catch up on fully. Is shard auto pickup / transfer coming? Half yes. Auto transfer yes, auto pickup no. One thing I've noticed is it seems that the 2 faction Circle of Fortune seems to provide a lot of items, which is great. However, are there any ideas on making it more quality versus quantity? I feel like the amount of good stuff I find is slim compared to me just being able to just get it off a Merchant's Guild auction house. There are some. It is a tricky problem to solve, and both factions will have. It's this curve problem again of like when you get certain upgrades and how that looks and plays and feels and all that sort of stuff. And I think that's something that's going to be. We are adjusting those curves relative to each other in a very good way, I think. All right, this is pretty specific, but my keyboard has a double-clicking issue. If a short-term solution I use a program to buffer my button presses would go against the terms of service. I can't give you a solid yes or no right now, I'm sorry. So all I can do is parrot the specific things we've laid out in the past, which is that anything that depends on or reacts to the state of the game is specifically prohibited. Now, it's not, the inverse of that is not necessarily true. Anything that doesn't do that is not necessarily okay. But the key thing that we're looking for in something, if we're like deciding if it's good or not, the key thing we ask is, does this depend on or react to the state of the game? That's the primary thing we look at. Along with other things as well. If you want to contact support for a more firm answer, please do so. Is WASD coming out of this game anytime soon? PvE2 implementation is awesome. One of the main reasons I'm playing it. We are investigating if WASD is something that we can add to Last Epoch still. It's unclear at the moment if it's going to happen or not. We are experimenting with it a bit. Add to tag? Yeah, add to tag. Any PvP update? No PvP updates, sorry. Keyring? Even better. Key tab. All the new top RPGs seem to lack incentives or systems to promote multiplayer playing. Y'all plan on promoting that? And I know it's hard. It is very tricky. So the way we incentivize playing multiplayer is that you can share loot with people you're playing with. So you will find a lot of stuff that I'm sure you leave on the ground normally that other people might use. This way, if you're playing together, you can, pick up stuff for each other. That's the main way we incentivize it. My kids are 40 and 42. Awesome. Welcome to being a nerd. Mostly because your name says MMO nerd. I'm probably not welcoming you to anything. Did Warpath see some changes at all? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Wonderful, glorious changes. I have more for it planned for season 3 as well already.
I don't think I've heard about the Warpath changes. That'll be exciting to hear.
More MTX soon. Love the game. Would love to give you more money. Yeah, we are going to be adding new MTX with season 2. Volatile Zombie is one of the best abilities in the game, and the sheer amount of builds thanks to synergies via MTG style engine-based combo makes it one of the deepest skills ever put into an ARPG. Wow, that's high praise. It's also why Acolyte is perhaps one of the best made archetypes in any ARPG ever. That is a bold claim. I don't hate hearing it though. Let's just still the best kept secret. All those expensive 8 to 10 point passives are all very limiting though. Do you guys ever release more details on the new Lich skill? The new Lich skill got postponed, unfortunately. Be season 3 content. Will we ever see any new quest rewards for types of campaign other than passive point or gold? Yes, and there are some already. Can you tease a major change on ForgeGuard's specific skill? We've if you haven't seen them all, go check out the recent blog posts because there's details of all the things we have teased, and there's quite a few big changes there. Sorry, I don't know specific ones off the top of my head. Is there any plans for a monolith passive tree? I love the idea of a monolith passive tree. I think that would be a ton of fun. I've seen that one suggested a few times, and I really like that idea. Any plans to add prophecies such as class item or just class specific item? In the latter case, it can be any class. Yeah, I think the I don't know of specific changes like that are coming or not, but I do like the idea of that as a prophecy type. Merch store update. Nothing yet. Hopefully soon. I think I must have skipped a bunch because I caught up. If I skipped your question, I apologize. I don't know what happened. But we are well over time.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I don't want to keep you for too much longer here. Let's just finish this this echo that we've been taking our time on.
Mm-hmm. It's been fun.
Yeah.
We don't, our paths don't intersect at work terribly often, but whenever they do, I always enjoy it.
Yeah, we don't spend too much time hanging out, but yeah. I've quite enjoyed this, so thank you. I do really appreciate you coming on the show.
My pleasure.
On the show, on the stream. Hey, a golden residence. That's a great way to cap it off.
That is great.
I doubt we'll ever use it, but that's okay.
Hey, I'll come back if you run up a fresh new guest.
Yep. I will be. Well, I don't think I'll ever bother sending you something in because these are on Legacy and. Yeah. Yes, you are more than welcome to come back. Love to have you on again. Hoping to do this
with you again.
semi regularly is the goal here. Thank you very much. Oh, you're dreadful raiding in with party of players hanging out. Welcome. Thanks for coming to join. Person who sent a collaboration request, I have no idea what that means, and I declined it, unfortunately. I'm sorry. There's so many of these majestic creatures.
I'll go right.
Okay, I'm going left.
Oh no.
They're everywhere.
Did you get that purple one?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is our last guy here then.
Yep, got him. All right.
Nice.
Okay, we're gonna sit here and clean up some loot and run away. So we're gonna close out the stream. I had a blast. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I had a great time. I hope everyone else did too. If you have any more questions we didn't answer, I apologize. We do have our Ask the Devs channel on Discord that we encourage you to go use. Drop in there, ask a question. I'll be happy to answer it. Until then, we will be back, or I will be back at least. Same time, same place next week. Yeah, I'll still be here. Yeah, I hope everyone has a great time. That's about it. That's about all I got. Let's see if we can go say hi to someone.
Thanks, everybody.
Here's someone having a chill day. Let's go say hi to someone having a chill day.
Who's having a chill day?
All right, see you later, everybody. Bye.